dam's come up about 3 inches
Oh,
since
do you
yesterday.
reckon there's any chance we'll have to evacuate? So you can have about 4 of these bottles to the equivalent to 1. So, and you know what? I don't break it either.
Guys, we have found ourselves at a little, well, it's not
Well,
little,
it's not little.
big campsite. We're at Wyangla
Waters.
and it's called,
State Park.
yeah, what's the character?
We're full of
It's not forensic, is it? I keep thinking of forensic. What's it called?
What are you into? Military investigations today?
No, what's the place called?
We're at Reflections.
Oh, that's it, Reflections.
I guess it's like a caravan camping on the dam, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes just outside of, I'd say about half an hour outside of Cowra.
Yeah. But we did come, not from Cowra. We left good old Canberra.
Yep.
We left good old Canberra.
It was a bloody heat wave that day.
Yeah, it was. And I think too, you definitely had enough. You'd had over 2 weeks there.
21 days.
Yeah, due to the emergency. Yeah, so that was pretty hectic. I'll just give you a quick update. Anika is going well. The skin grafts have healed amazingly, and yeah, she's pretty much getting back in action. A couple of more weeks off work, but she's going good. The quick update on Dad relocated back into his place.
Yep.
So that was really exciting. He is, let's just say, not happy with the tradesmen and their lack of, what would you call it? Dad uses these great little words and liners, but
I'm going to say their lack of
they just don't turn
reliability.
up. Yeah.
So they've said, oh, we'll be here this day, and they don't turn up.
Yeah.
So his main day is Wednesday.
For golf.
He goes for golf.
Yeah.
He cancelled last Wednesday.
Well, he's cancelled the couple of Wednesdays.
And the tradies are like, oh, we'll be there 10 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. Didn't show up. So he cancelled Wednesdays, and they don't even turn up. And this is through the insurance company.
Yeah. But anyway,
well, so
hang in there, Dad. So, yeah, again, thank you for all your beautiful comments from, you know, what's going on with Dad and Anika. So, yes, just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody for that.
Yep.
It's raining. Yes, it has been raining for the last 24 hours continuously.
We'll go back. So we got here. It was a heat wave. It was 37 degrees.
Yeah.
We set up. Our first site that we chose was impractical in the fact that we couldn't even get the bloody caravan up there or put the jockey wheel down because it would roll down the hill.
Well, let's just say the van would have ended up in the dam.
Yeah, so we relocated to another spot. We set up in the heat wave, set it all up, and then got a warning a bloody storm was coming through, and it had to pack down the awning in the gale.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we packed it down, the bloody wind stopped.
And there's no footage of that because, you know what, that just didn't end well, actually. We had that awning, and as you guys would know, who's got a caravan that puts the awning out and they have to put it down quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, there was no time for that footage. So we just sort of thought, let's kick it off today. But it's not the best day.
No, so we had it's just been raining and raining and raining. It was supposed to be a heat wave while we're here, and then we got update. So I just checked the bomb. We've got a ship grazers alert, a flood warning.
What did you just say? You sound like you said a
sheep.
Oh, sheep.
Sheep graziers alert.
Oh, because we're in farming country here.
A flood watch and a severe storm warning.
Right, so we've got it all.
Do you know? Don't you know what a sheep grazier's warning is?
What does that mean? The sheep aren't going to be happy?
Well, it's basically to let the farmers know that it's going to get really cold and that, so they bring the they pay extra attention to the They're cattle.
Okay, alright.
A lot of them bring their cattle back in from out in the fields and that because it's getting cold and wet and all that. So
Right, well, any hoosies, moving right along. So we're pretty pumped because we've got a great episode to bring you.
and we're catching up with
Yes.
Dead End Touring.
Dead End Touring, they are.
Craig and Nikki.
They're on their way. I hope they're coming in a boat because it is, like I said, 24 hours of rain. So we're waiting for them to arrive.
Yep.
We'll probably help them set up.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what's going to be on today's itinerary, so I can't guarantee. I've actually taken out of the freezer a beautiful marinated side of pork roast.
Yep.
So I am going to cook that up in the Weber. That could mean that the Weber comes out of the pull-out tray from the van and comes under the awning, because at the moment it's not windy, so we're pleased for that. You're probably asking, why are we actually here and what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be doing?
Okay, so we're going to go into Cowra, excuse me, tomorrow. We're going to go to the World War II Japanese prisoner of war camp. We're going to have a look around there, and with Dead End Touring, we're going to do some paranormal investigations.
Sounds like fun. Can't wait. I think we may need our umbrella. We may need some...
Well, weather's supposed to be better tomorrow.
Oh, it is?
It's 29 and maybe 6 mil.
Oh, that's sounding better. How good was the footage of the dam? Looks amazing. And you can actually water ski, you can swim in there, you can fish, you can actually go on a houseboat. Fancy that.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd say the camp area is quite good.
Yes, it is quite good. I'm not going to do a full tour of this camp area. I will, as usual, put the link below. I'm going to say that it's not cheap. It is $47 a night for a powered site. However, we didn't want to stay in Cowra. We wanted to sort of come out here to have a little bit more of a rustic setting. And I guess too, with Dead End Touring, those guys come from Sydney. So they just, after a busy week of work, I just felt it was a little bit more of a good spot to relax. So if you're thinking of camping here, check out the details. There's cabins, that sort of thing. And it does. It looks like a beautiful spot. Oh, yeah. What about, we didn't tell them, and hopefully we can get some footage on our first night, the wildlife.
Yeah, so first night we had, I'm going to say about 45 kangaroos.
Yeah.
Decided to set up a camp next to us.
Well, we literally had them near the awning, and I couldn't believe it. The next thing we noticed, there's probably about 200 rabbits running around, and probably 20 ducks, and let's just say the wildlife here is pretty full on. So we'll see if we can get some of that footage a little bit later on.
On the way here we stopped and assisted an echidna.
Oh, we did.
Make sure he didn't get run over.
He was sort of halfway in the middle of the road, and I'm like, oh, look out, quick. Mr. B was able to get Digger and the van off the side of the road. I managed to shoo him along without getting an echidna spike in my hands, and everybody
we just didn't want him to get
in fine form.
Just didn't want him to get run over because there's a fair few cars travel along that road.
No.
So.
And we do love our Australian wildlife. Alrighty, on that note, let's finish our coffees. Had our little chat, giving you a rundown on what's happening, and we'll wait for Dead End Touring to get here and see what else is going to happen.
Yep.
Always remember, if there's anything you want to ask us or any places you might think we may like to go and see, pop it in the comments below. And I don't think we would have reached it by the time this episode's gone out, but we are so close, aren't we, Mr. B? We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. And you know me, I get a bit excited. So I reckon, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, can you do us a favour? Do you reckon they can?
Yep. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes, hit the subscribe button and
give us a thumbs up.
We don't nag too much, but that would be muchly appreciated. Alrighty, coffee time. Do you want a bicky?
Sure, why not?
Oh, okay. Let's have morning tea. It's still raining.
Yep, bucket and down.
What's the time? How many hours has this been going on for?
Well, it's 3:30 now and it's been raining since before we woke up.
This is crazy. So
It did die down for a little bit.
for 5 minutes, seriously.
Oh, look at all the ducks.
Yeah, well, it's weather for ducks. So we're just bunkering down. We've got chips. We've got a cheese platter. I don't know what's.
There's a whole pile of them out there.
Oh, ducks having a party.
Yeah.
What's happening out here? Nick's gone missing. Where's the ducks? Hang on. We've bunkered into the van because it's nice and dry. Nick and Craig have turned up. Just managed to set the camper up in enough time, but it was raining still. And now we are stuck in the van waiting. Mr. B has said, what, another hour?
Yeah, hour and a half.
But that's what you said like an hour and a half ago.
Well, the rain keeps forming. I'm not the weatherman.
You keep telling me you're the weatherman. This is what's happening outside anyway.
I don't control the weather. I just tell you the weather.
Tell ya. As soon as it's not raining too bad, I'm going to go outside with my brolly because out there was meant to be our second camp spot, and at the moment it looks like a swimming pool. It is hectic. Right where those ducks are, over there. That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need his boat.
Look how far the road is.
Oh my gosh, that is so flooded around there. Oh. So I'm not quite sure. Nick's gone out to check something. Do we need a little floaty boat? We'll see what's happening out here. Where is she?
She's just gone back to check the tent.
Oh. Look at the ducks. How's the rooftop?
Everything's good.
Good?
All good.
Excellent. That's because it's a hardcore camper, guys.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get wet in your rooftop, isn't that right, Craig? You need a hardcore.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It's hardcore.
That brain is hardcore.
It is hardcore, but I reckon it's a good sign if it's not leaking. That's perfect. Like a boss. But anyway, we'll keep you in the loop. So I'm not sure what's going on. I've just come out to investigate. I think all the water's flooding everywhere. Oh dear. We're having a bit of a flood, are we, fellas? Oh, well, I was ready to get the boogie board out. But, yeah, check this out, guys. Look at this. Look at this. What are we going to do about it?
Got some floaties?
Oh,
Get a straw so you don't drown.
look at, is this like normal?
Nah, not to this extent, no.
Oh, this is like catastrophic weather events. Look at this, guys. Look at this erosion. This is going to be more than a hella pothole.
So
Tell ya.
There's no point filling it today because if they don't get washed away. Yeah, I'll put them in under the road. So, yeah,
Jeez.
you have to put something on.
I think we better not drive over that. I think we better go around that. Well, I've heard some really good news
Yeah?
that the rain's meant to stop in an hour.
Oh, I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
That's who you talk to. We
Oh,
did our own weather here.
well, okay. Radio.
It hits the ranges.
I looked at the forecast there after lunch. It's supposed to rain right through the night and into tomorrow. But
Bloody rained all night last night.
Yeah.
I tell ya.
the dam's come up about 3 inches
Oh,
since
do you
yesterday.
reckon there's any chance we'll have to evacuate?
No.
Oh,
No,
thank goodness.
But we'll give you the option if you don't want to stick it out. We will give you the option of to go and we'll credit you a night or 2 nights if you don't want to stick the rain out.
Wow, we don't know what we're going to do, guys. I tell you, when you travel full time, these things happen, but
Yeah.
this is crazy.
It's the most rain we've had in a while.
Wow. So I think all the drains are blocked because it's too
I
much
just
water.
don't think they can handle it.
No, it can't. It's crazy. Well, I'll tell you, is that motorhome still around the corner?
Yeah.
We were meant to be parked down there, and we were like, there's no way our van's going to even stay up there. And then we were meant to go here, and this looks like a swimming pool.
Yeah, you wouldn't go on that one.
No. So I think we'll just wait and see. We'll see what the outcome is. don't know what's going to happen. I tell ya, who knows? Who knows if we are going to stick it out? Like, what do we do? The update is, I don't want to say the 4-letter word, but it has eased a little bit. We've had a bit of a group meeting, and what are you saying in the background, Mr. B?
It's starting to get heavy again.
Just don't listen to him. Yeah, it is, but you know what? We've had a group discussion, and as much as they have said at the office of the park that we're staying at, if we wanted to leave, we could. We've decided to stay. So I've decided I'm going to do me a bit of cooking because, as I said earlier, I've got this butterflied pork. I've never cooked one of these before, but it is from one of our favourite shops. It is from Aldi's. Yep, good, different Aldi's. Love it. It is a herb and lemon seasoning. I reckon Mr. B's going to enjoy that. I'm just going to do some potatoes. I've had to move the Weber from the caravan slide at the front. I've just moved it under the awning, so fingers crossed, because yeah, it started again. It started, I can hear it on the roof. But anyway, it's that time of the day. I've cracked me a vino. I'm going to plug these ones again. I'm not sponsored in any way. It is Lizard Drinking. These guys are in the Hunter Valley. We knocked out that episode a little while ago, so check it out. Brilliant plastic bottles, brilliant, and they weigh, like, honestly, you can have about 4 of these bottles to the equivalent to 1. So, and you know what, I don't break it either. Alrighty. Whew. Better have a little sip. I'm a bit flapping my gums already. So yeah, I'm gonna do the pork. I reckon I'm just gonna do that in the tray. Saves a bit of mess. Do a few potatoes. See how it goes. I've not cooked one of these before, but what could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong, and I reckon it is what we need tonight, is a good roast dinner. So I'm not quite sure what else is going to happen. All I can say is stick around, because I'm fingers crossed we are going to have a good night, and then when I open my pretty eyeballs in the morning, it is going to be sunny. So we can only hope, and I might keep an eye out and get Mr. B to do a weather report in a couple of hours. I'm not even sure. Oh, actually, it's nearly 5 o'clock. It's nearly 5 o'clock. The only positive thing here is it's not windy and it's not cold. So I'm not going to complain. Anyway, I got to get cooking.
I think it's going to do it all day by the looks of it, just little spot cells.
It said by 7 o'clock it was going to...
Tonight, yeah, it'll be all fixed, yeah, sorted.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
What?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. I know, I've got my outside voice on.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, damn.
Damn you! Damn you! Damn you! I thought you guys said it was stopped.
Well, it was a beautiful morning.
Ah. Well, Mr. B and I had a bit of a sleep in, and these guys were enjoying the sunshine, weren't you?
Yeah, it was nice,
The calm
beautiful.
before the storm.
Nice breeze.
Yeah. But I've got to say, we left you polishing off our amazing dinner. That was great. And we all bunkered down because, yeah, it pretty much rained. Yeah. But you know what? Adventures, we've got to be getting out there, doing adventures. So I think between whoever, we're mapping and we are heading, which way are we going to head? Is that like...
I don't know, I'm going to follow...
West, north, south?
I'm following Mr. B.
Okay.
Oh, geez, I was going to follow you.
All right, so we're not quite sure what we've got packed into this episode today. So if you want to come along, make sure you pack your umbrella and your rain gear. I've got my boots on. Nick's got her boots on. Craig's all kitted out. Mr. B, I don't know. Have you got like a hat or something? Rain jacket?
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up your new hairdo. Look at your new hairdo. You're looking all bougie. Hey, I tell you guys at home asked him to have a shave. He's had a shave, he's had a haircut, and he's looking all fancy for you.
And for the other military members out there, with the rain, remember, if it ain't raining, it ain't training.
Well, are we training today? Do I need to do like some like
a pack march?
A pack march?
Yep.
Okay, Corporal Beard. Oh. If we wait all day, we'll be here all day, won't we?
We will.
Oh dear. So it literally after we were just banging on about the weather and it clearing up, bucketed down. But you know what? We're still going out. We're going out and we're going out on an adventure. How beautiful is this?
Stunning.
Stunning, Mr. B.
Yep,
Bit
stunning.
like me.
No, you're better than stunning.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Isn't he a sweetie? We've made our way a little bit further from the absolutely just mind-blowing Mount Macdonald Cemetery. That was just next level. We'd never seen anything like that in the way
Just in the middle of nowhere, and I was saying, I wonder why they put a cemetery here, because there's nothing around.
No. There wasn't even, it was literally a track that we walked in to get there, and there was no sign.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything over 1893. That was sort of like the last sort of one, but they're sort of scattered. Sorry, they're sort of scattered throughout the bush a bit.
Yep, and they're named as well. So the most response we got from Ghost Tube was in the Chinese area. We had
Peter.
Yeah, Peter, Paul and Terry come through. We also had the number 4, so we were waiting to see if we got a fourth name. Was then when we moved down further to the other area and we got the name Kathleen. Yeah, we just spent a little bit of time there, but yeah, it was pretty amazing. And then poured down, and then we've made our way to the lookout here, and it's just cracker.
Yeah.
The sun even just came out for about a whole or 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think the weather knows what it wants to do today.
But it's absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to chill out here for a bit, enjoy, and keep making our way heading towards Cowra. So Lexi, does that mean that everyone's finished in the gardens?
Everyone should be out of the garden by now, because I tell them that I will ring it, and it is 5 o'clock,
So it's time for us to officially leave the beautiful Japanese gardens in Cowra. Highly recommend this place. It is absolutely amazing. Just loved it. Just the peace, and as we wandered through, was absolutely stunning. So if you're in this area, I'd highly recommend to come and visit. They do have 4 full-time gardeners here, and they have to follow strict, I guess, guidelines on how things are done in, I don't know a lot about it, but in the feng shui way. And yeah, they mow and do the edgings, they thin out the bushes. It's absolutely incredible. So do yourself a favor, if you are in this area, it is definitely a must. We've got some more of Cowra to do. We definitely haven't finished yet. We are definitely going into the night time in this episode, so stick around. What an afternoon we've had.
Yep. It's been good.
Has been good.
Went to the Japanese War Memorial Cemetery. I've seen the Australian Memorial as well. We come back here just before dark, had a quick look around just to see what we're going to set up and what we're going to do tonight. So we're actually at the Cowra POW prisoner of war camp, or that's what POW is, prisoner of war camp for World War II. So they had a breakout on the 5th of August 1944. I believe it was 385 Japanese detainees, not all of them were soldiers, were killed. 108 were wounded, and 4 Australian soldiers were killed as well. The person who organised the breakout, he was actually a pilot. He was in the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the bombing of Darwin. His plane got shot down. The local Indigenous caught him and handed him over to the military. He was the ringleader of the breakout. Yeah, but they did say to the Japanese that were escaping, do not hurt the locals. And it was more about they wanted to die with honour because being captured was unhonourable. A lot of them did provide fake names because they knew that the names would be sent back to Japan, and that would be disrespect and unhonourable for the family. But the names were originally, all the names were verified for the graves, and that. So yeah, so most of them that weren't killed by the Australian soldiers, because they basically overran 2 gun pits, killed the soldiers there. They committed harikari or suicide. So
It's been really interesting. It's been a very, I don't even know what the word is this afternoon, just I guess looking at it all and
yeah, so there
the
was,
sites. And
so it wasn't just Japanese, there were Italians, so there was some Koreans, some Chinese, some Dutch, some Germans and that as well here. The Italians were actually given day release and used to go and work on the farms and then come back at night. The camp commandant at that time and the other soldiers deemed that the Japanese weren't trustworthy or reliable enough to be released on day release. So they actually just stayed in the prisoner of war camp the entire time.
so we are going to make our way down, as we just said earlier. When we came here earlier, and we got that beautiful scenery of the area, which was absolutely amazing. So yeah, we're going to walk down. I'm not quite sure exactly whereabouts we're going to go, but yeah, we're just loading up now. Nick and Craig are getting their gear together, and yeah, we're just going to have a little bit of a hike down. And
the day started off cold, wet, rainy.
we've had 4 seasons.
Yeah, and at the moment it's saying in the car that it's 29 degrees.
It's not. It's actually getting really cool quick.
Yeah, and I'm just putting a jumper on because there are some Aussies out and about at the moment.
Yeah. So the plan is we're going to hang around here for a while, see if we can pick anything up. We've got a couple of devices. Craig has been to this area previously. Yeah, so he might be able to share a little bit about that later on.
Yeah.
But if not, we'll see what we can cover after we've finished.
But we may pop around to the war cemeteries again.
Yes.
And just see what's happening over there. When we were over there earlier, Craig was playing the Japanese national anthem near the graves, and my EMF reader was going off the scale.
Yeah. So, alrighties. Well, on that note, the light is fading fast because I believe that you probably can't even see us now.
Yep.
So yeah, sit back, come on this journey with us. We have no idea if or anything is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and that's what makes it
An investigation.
Yeah, an adventure and an investigation.
Let me show you. Do you like me?
me about Bushido. Death before dishonor. Tell me about it. How does it work?
Why is he here?
Who are you talking about? You're talking about the army soldier? Did you hear that?
What was that?
I don't know, Dave, if you heard that, but it sounded like someone shaking a door.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, I definitely heard that noise.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause there's no,
Just
like I
marked
saw a
it
bat
out
before.
20 seconds ago, see if you can pick up the banging noise.
That was cool. Over there.
They're coming closer.
There's, yeah, they are coming closer. There's movement we found coming from there. Not the car.
You notice the REM pod stopped,
Yeah, the
and the noise came from over here.
100%. Make yourselves known. My name is Nikki. It's Craig, my husband over there. It's my friend Amanda and her husband Dave. We come with total respect and love. Would you like to tell us your name?
Hope you don't mind. I'm just going to place this device on top of your
Ethel.
headstone.
Ethel. It's Ethel Ann. We have plenty of little devices in our hands that won't hurt you, but they just to give us, be able to tell us if you're close by. So come close. Oh, the cold draft just on my legs there. You just
Lower.
Lower.
Attic.
if you can make a noise or tap on.
Afterlife.
Yes, afterlife. Yes, yes. I know that there's an afterlife, and that's basically why we're here.
Murdered.
Murdered.
None. Are you frightened?
There's growling that's going on over here.
Him.
Do you hear it?
Yep. It's like a growling sound.
Suffering.
Yep. It was like a thud.
Yeah. But when it growled over here, she came back straight away and said sorry. And then went from there to there in like a split second. Who's over there, Dorothy? Who keeps making that growling sound?
Manifest.
Manifest, yes please.
Yes, please.
Heaven.
Heaven, yes.
Please manifest for us.
difference. What a difference in weather to start with,
100%,
and conditions. What's the temperature today, boys?
Oh, it's going to be 32 here, but where we're going is going to be 37.
Oof.
Crazy, crazy. But we did make the most of yesterday. I hope you did love the footage. I just decided with this episode, we were just going to take it back a notch. Yes, that meant me not talking so much. So I hope you enjoyed the footage that we captured. The first cemetery was amazing.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that was my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
So good. The lookout was amazing. I think then we sort of got a little bit of sun, and then we made our way. Where did we go after that? We went into Cowra.
No.
Woodstock Cemetery.
Woodstock Cemetery.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, don't follow my mapping. I tell you, Woodstock. Yes.
Which was much larger than I thought it was going to be
It's beautiful.
for a little
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a 16 hour day yesterday, so, you know.
I mean, there was a lot that we try to capture to put into like a little episode, and yeah, like Nick said, we literally got back to camp last night. I'm going to say between 1 and 1:30. Then by the time you got to wind down from, I guess, all the energy and everything that we had experienced through the day and into the night. We then were recommended to go and have, wait for it, Chinese and Hong Kong dinner from one of the ladies at the gardens.
Japanese gardens.
Lexi, her name was, and what a feed that was.
Yeah, but the thing is, all the pubs are shut on a Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, but that was a good recommendation.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
It was. And then, take it away, you guys, the POW and
Well, we went to the
cemetery.
war
Cemetery.
We went to the war cemetery, which was the Japanese and the Australian. I did find out that a lot of the prisoners there, some of them weren't actually soldiers, they were just locals that were in Australia, and they got put into the internment camp. There was some that were in their 60s and 70s that died there. All the Japanese prisoners of war that died in Australia all have been moved to the Cowra Japanese cemetery. There is some Australians there, but they were all ones that either died during training or for illness at Cowra. There was an Air Force guy, but he actually died due to a motorcycle accident just after the war.
So much information to take in and try and pass on to you guys. And then you guys, if you wanted to share a little bit, probably Craig, about the POW and going there before, and the reason why you actually wanted to show us on this adventure. You had an experience there before. Yeah,
well, I mean, the POW camp, as it is now, is known as one of the most haunted sites in the country. And I was there maybe 10, 11 years ago, and I've got to say, I didn't really have the experiences that we had last night at the time, because I was there for, even though we were there for the paranormal stuff, it was more a filming type experience. So there was a lot of filming and stuff going on, which kind of divert your attention a bit. But one thing we did capture there, looking back on footage, was a Japanese flute that you could hear quite distinctly off in the background, which, it sent chills up your spine when you heard it. It was quite amazing. So I've always wanted to go back to see if we could hear it again or capture it again. Replicate it. I don't know if we have, because I haven't listened through the audio as yet, but I'll let you know what we get. But yeah, it was an interesting night at the POW camp. We were chatting before about, it's not always, places that are haunted aren't always haunted by ghosts. And when you say ghosts, a lot of people think of Spirit of the Dead, Hollywood. That's what it is. It's a dead person come back in spirit form. Ghosts can be residual energy as well, that leftover energy that's been stained or smeared on the atmosphere, scarred on the atmosphere, if you like. And I think the POW camp in Cowra would be a perfect place to have scarring on the environment because of what happened there. Just over 1,000 Japanese POWs decided, they voted. There was a ballot system that they were going to have this mass riot and escape. And they did that at 2 a.m. in the morning, and just over 200 were killed, 231 lost their lives. 4 Australian soldiers were killed during that as well. But if you can imagine the mass trauma energetically that would have been left on that land due to that, of course there's going to be times where that replays.
Yeah.
And people hear things. They might hear, you know, yelling or screaming, or, you know, gunfire or flutes or whatever used to happen there. And yeah, I think maybe you guys had some of those experiences.
I think
last
definitely
night.
a few. Yeah.
Yeah, last night I heard gunfire after I played the audio, and then I waited for it to stop.
Yeah.
Right down in the very back corner, I could hear it was like a 308 single shot, and it was about 4 times, and then there was the echo.
And that was interesting because 20 minutes before that, I was kind of standing away from you guys, and I got this big wafting of. At first, I thought it was fireworks, but then I thought, no, that's gunpowder that I'm smelling. So it's interesting that you kind of heard that as well. And we did have some interaction with some of our electrical devices
we did,
too.
really cool.
And another interesting thing is, remember when we're in the Pilliga and we say it comes in the wind?
Yes. Yes,
so
definitely.
we were all sitting and standing around, and the wind picked up, but it was icy, like it was an icy wind. And I had my thermometer out, it was 22 degrees when we were there. The icy wind came through, and as it came through, all the electrics started to go, you know.
And we felt it just like
one side of your face.
It just felt like you're in a mortuary.
And Nick and I also heard banging, like as if someone was banging on a wooden door or shaking a wooden door.
Yeah. There was a lot of movement too, right? We've seen movement, hearing movement. You just couldn't quite. You felt like you were being watched.
Yeah.
And things were building, you know, through the course of the
Especially that tree right near the end of that building.
The foundations.
Yeah, that one tree there. There was just something lurking in the shadows.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, it was an interesting night, and again, your viewers can say, "Oh, yeah, it was dark. It's a spooky place. Your mind's going to play tricks on you." And yes, it does. It definitely does. But the experiences you have are yours and yours alone. It can't be denied, and it's not for anyone else to say whether what you experienced was real or not.
It was also, can I just say, it was the dark of the moon, so.
And thunderstorms.
Which again just helps energetically. Yeah. And you could feel that. You could feel that.
That lightning coming from
down
and then
and then things would change. Yeah. You could feel that, right? So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
The next thing we wanted to touch base on was the cemetery. So we went back to the cemetery. We decided, I don't know, there was a map that we saw early on in the afternoon, and we were on the radio, and I said to Nick, you know, is there a particular place you wanted to go? And she's like, no, wherever. So I just felt drawn to go to this spot in the cemetery and had no idea. And then we were sort of like wandering through with our torches, and we realised we were in the Catholic section.
Yeah. Yes. But that was only after.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. After we, again, had some really cool electrical interferences, some of the ghost box stuff that came out, and that was after I did the Lord's Prayer, and we got, you know, rosary beads. Prayer and rosary beads, and that's when we went out and found we're in the Catholic section. So those kind of things, it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, right? I saw an amazing green ball of light. It was really low on the ground, and not long before we were talking about the children, where the children were. And so when I saw that, I thought, oh, is that just like a reflection, whatever? But then when it moved and started to move through the headstones.
Did you see that as well, Craig?
No, I was looking in a different direction.
I made my way up there, and where it was the children's section. Right. So that was, again, coincidence, but it was pretty cool, right? We were drawn to that space, especially you and I being mums. I think were taken up there. So
and then we had the name Dorothy.
Dorothy.
I think Dorothy was trying to lead us somewhere.
We could not. We looked for her. We looked. There was.
But she did say she was visiting, so we weren't quite sure.
Correct. Yeah.
Again, we were just running ghost tube and a few devices.
She could have come from the other side of the cemetery as well.
It's
she may have seen us over there and then went, I'll go over and...
And again, like we were mentioning last night, cemeteries, especially general cemeteries like that,
Yeah.
they do have guardians, spirit
Correct.
guardians
Elementals.
that look after
Yeah.
such places too. So
Yeah.
whether it had something to do with that or not, but you know, I've got to be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan of going to cemeteries and looking for that type of thing, because for me it's like, why are you still here? Like,
Why are you?
don't you just go to wherever it is you go?
Yeah.
Your energy goes back to where it came from, or
Yeah.
you know. So I don't quite understand all of that. But when you think about the amount of people, living people, that visit a place,
Yeah.
and again deposit and leave their residual energy behind,
Yeah.
of course there's going to be there are different types of energy there, you know. So
Yes.
no, it was interesting. It was cool.
Yeah.
Was. If only we had more hours in the day and the night.
Oh, in the night, right?
More hours in the night.
Yeah, again, because you're only there for a really limited amount of
Yeah.
time, you
And
know
we're
what I
trying
mean?
to
And
jam
to
it
do
all
this
in.
stuff properly, like we've mentioned before, you've got to put days or weeks into it. So you can imagine just with that little bit you got, especially at the POW camp,
Yeah.
if you could extend that to be there for nights.
Well, like we said about setting up swag there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
You know,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You know, could you imagine the stuff you might interact with then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
But
Thanks,
it was
guys.
cool. No,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yes,
this
thank
is
you.
really good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got something out of it, if
Yeah.
you want to leave a comment or ask a question, feel free. I'll also pop down Dead End Touring's Instagram, so you can check out their photography. Bloody amazing!
Oh, yeah.
I tell ya,
Brilliant.
brilliant. Can't get over it. Just the detail, just the emotion captured in the photography is amazing. So yeah, check these guys out. And until next adventure, whew,
Yep.
Mr. B,
Go on adventures. Be safe. Always, please remember. Oh,
are you
go on
gonna-
adventures. Have fun. Always, please remember when you're out there, be safe.
Yeah, and it's again, I don't know if we said it last time. It's not the dead people you got to watch out for. It's the living.